pies. Well, I've got some wine suggestions for you. Lemon moon pies, Sauvignon Blanc, Chenin Blanc, or Pinot Grigio.
Stuart Reb Donald, acclaimed food and travel writer and world-class chef.
I was chef de casserole. I made the casseroles in the frozen food department.
For more than a decade, they've combined their expertise to answer your questions and introduce you to the culinary movers and shakers you want or ought to know. Four-time Taste Award finalists, 13-time Nappy Award losers. They are the dynamic duo of dining.
Drop, keep screaming for gold.
Mike and Stu on FM Talk 106.5.
Well, good morning to another beautiful Sunday morning in Mobile, Alabama. Welcome to the Sip and Chew Show with Mike and Stu. We are here to give you our opinion on not
what to sip and what to chew.
That's it, and not be snotty about it or snobby about it.
And not just our opinion today.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, at the bottom of the hour, we're going to have Ralph McKenzie on. He's a professional roller derby coach from Oklahoma City.
Oh, wow.
And a good buddy of mine. He's going to come on and he's going to tell us about places for Auburn fans heading to this historic first trip to Norman to play Oklahoma this Saturday. He's got restaurant suggestions, bar suggestions, and at least we'll probably hit on at least one cultural thing that, you know, in recent events that have happened last week, I would suggest you carve out time for, and that's the Murrah Building Memorial.
Oh, yeah.
Which
That's
is
right.
A phenomenal but heartbreaking memorial that the city of Oklahoma has erected for the terrorist attack in the early 90s.
Yeah.
Just a
That's right.
breathtaking place. I've been to it with Ralph, no else.
Okay. Okay. Well, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, there were a couple of times we would separate in the museum because we didn't want the other one seeing us tearing up. I mean, it's a powerful thing.
Yeah. You know, everybody should go to all types of museums. And of course, down here close by, we have the World War II Museum in New Orleans. And you can spend a whole day.
Haven't been to that yet.
Perhaps
if one day we had some way of getting there that didn't involve me having to drive
back
and find a way to park and deal with all of that, some kind of mass transit.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, that would be a great day trip.
Start with an A and K.
American train.
Train.
I have asked. Well, I put it out there on the Friends of the Amtrak site, and maybe they will. Maybe they will. You know, it's themed and they call it the Mardi Gras, train and
Mardi Gras route, I believe.
Yeah, well, something like that.
Yeah.
But why don't they paint it and design it to have a Mardi Gras theme?
You can get a muffalotto on board.
Well, I'm talking about on the outside.
Really? Yeah.
Carnival has a Mardi Gras cruise ship.
I'm in, man.
Yeah.
Muffalots.
But yeah, you can eat and drink on there, and I was hoping they would already have that when I was living downtown, because I could walk to the train track. I could walk to the depot, and then when we got back from New Orleans, I could crawl home.
Right. Exactly.
And so
get you a
darn it. Darn it. And now I got to where when I get home to my house in Theodore, I don't feel like going back downtown.
You just tell the train to stop off that range line road.
There you go. That's the thought. So
Anyway, an Uber, by the way.
Yeah, I mean there is that.
Well, certain nights I could get a pedicab. And,
no, I mean from where you live now to the Berkeley Field.
No, it's downtown. It's downtown by the convention center.
Oh, I thought it was at Brooklyn.
No. See, the whole purpose about being downtown is so people can walk over to Dolphin Street. And now that Jimmy Buffett Museum is going to be there at the Maritime Museum, and then they got all the exhibits of the famous baseball players, sports figures, the bronze statues. They want people to walk and get around.
I haven't seen it yet.
You gotta go see it.
I know.
Now the thing, the station where you get on and off the train at, it does not have a cover over it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually they've put, a temporary.
They got some tents.
Yeah.
They got some tents up.
Yeah.
We got some blue tarpaulins like after a hurricane.
Pretty much.
Now they look like they went to a cat. They probably used some of the Parks and Recreational tents.
Yeah.
I was going to say Academy Sports
Do
tents.
they smell like chili?
No.
Yeah.
No. I don't know. I ain't been that part yet.
Yeah, but at
I've
least
been close to it.
No, I mean the tents are the ones they use for the chili cook-off and stuff.
I'm amazed at why didn't this make it into the original plan in the first place to put a cover on it? It doesn't make sense.
Let's see.
Oh, money.
Rainiest city in the United States. We're not going to put a roof.
What are the chances?
So what are the chances these guys are just standing here waiting for the train to get wet?
But I did see that, and I did see when I drove by it yesterday, they've got, was it yesterday? They have added extra cars to it now.
Mhm.
And because of the Saints
Popular.
games.
Oh,
Well, it's
makes
popular, and when the Saints or there's any big events going on in New Orleans, they're going to add extra cars.
Yeah.
Because of the number of people going over there. And people said, well, it takes 4 hours to get. So what? It takes 2.5, 3 hours from the time you leave and you find a place to park at.
Yeah.
This way you don't have to. Have you ever paid for parking in New Orleans?
And they
It's
keep-
outrageous. It's outrageous.
or we're just cheap here in Mobile.
And I would rather sit on the train, see things I've never seen before from an angle I've never seen before.
It goes over a huge section of the Gulf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eat, drink, and see some of them swamp homes, those houses out in the swamps in Louisiana.
Yeah.
I saw that back in the 60s when I was a kid when we went out to LA out of New Orleans. Saw some sites with all the Cajun country I'd never seen before. And it was really neat.
Yeah. Well, you can save an hour or so by driving yourself,
Mm-hmm.
but then you're driving. You're not on your phone watching football games or downloading videos about how to boil eggs.
Mm-hmm.
You're driving. You're
Well,
dealing with the stress
The
of
other thing
piloting
is,
a
too,
ballistic missile.
I like when I'm in New Orleans, I like to have fun all the way up till the time I have to leave. And then it's not really good unless you have a designated driver
Mhm.
to be drinking and partying and then get in a car and drive back.
Yeah.
You get tired. At least on the train, you
You
could
just pass out
You could keep it on. You
Yeah.
could either pass out,
Yeah.
or keep it going because they got a bar on the train.
Right.
Whatever you want to do. They got a restaurant, they got a bar. It's
And I
They
get
have somebody to haul your butt off once you get home.
Uber.
have that Uber sitting there waiting on you.
Well, I mean, how do you get from the train to the Uber? There's got to be somebody going to drag your
Wheelchair.
butt out of that out of the car.
Wheelchair. I'm going to need a wheelchair.
That's what conductors are for.
Ah,
They
They don't
conduct
do
you
that.
from one spot to the other.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, interesting that they offer food,
Mm-hmm.
but if I'm going to New Orleans, I'm not going to eat food on the train. I'm going to New Orleans to eat.
Absolutely.
An appetizer, something to warm you up.
Now, if it's early in the morning, I
Well-
might do a breakfast.
That's what I mean.
Do Bloody Mary with all the celery and bacon and olives and all that. That'll hold you over there.
Cheeseburgers and-
And you get that without alcohol, Get
Oh,
that without
no,
alcohol.
I cannot do tomato juice
I
without
was wondering,
alcohol.
don't they have like a game? They may have a game day menu.
Could be, you never know.
Well, they do burgers on it, and I watched a video. Apparently, there are young people, like in their early 20s, that are so fascinated by trains that every time a new route opens up, they get their YouTube cameras. And the first one, there was an entire cart that was full of people in their 20s that ride trains and do a YouTube show.
Oh,
about it.
well, wait a minute. When I was in Paris,
France.
there was kids
Tennessee.
right out of high school
Mhm.
backpack in Europe, and they were doing it all by trains.
Yeah.
And it was cheap.
That's what backpacking in Europe is
Yeah.
about, man. Is that
And I would love to see the United States get a rail system like this. But I saw too another video. You can go from Mobile to New Orleans, and then from New Orleans get on a train that'll take you all the way to Washington State, and you go all the way up the coast.
Mm.
You go out, and then you go, and it's all within 3 days.
wow?
It's a 3-day
Because
trip.
it doesn't have to stop.
By the way, they don't have a game day menu on it, right? Just like
Okay.
Those.
Well, they're just getting started.
yeah, but
Well,
got a
let's
cafe-
give them a chance.
They got a dining car.
I mean,
cafe
if they
car.
got a muffalata and a cheeseburger,
Yeah.
and you're going to a Saints game, that's pretty much it.
Well, I would hope they would put a muffalot on there.
Mhm.
Like I said, they got a
We always
cafe.
had one when one of the bartenders at Butch's, she and her husband went over just to take the train, did the day, came back,
Mhm.
and brought Roy one of the muffalatas, and he took it home.
251-343-0106 is the call and text in line. Hey, if you've been on a train, let's hear it. Give us a call, give us a text. Let's know.
Gets drunk, start singing all night, drinking wine, spur you to drink wine, pop, pop, wine, spur you to drink wine.
Do they have them up there?
Wine, spur you to drink wine, pop, pop.
Oh, I thought you looked it up. They don't look at that on game day.
Michael
That'd be
Berry,
right.
What they have is like,
6.
That's a good idea.
That's not funny.
No, you're right.
Anybody who believes that they have some sort of right to not be offended.
Michael Berry is stupid on FM Talk 1065.
For more than 50 years, Mobile
Now,
Bay
let me
Magazine has
clarify, they
showcased
don't
the
make
history,
them a
style,
lot.
art, style, and
serve
entertainment that
them a lot.
defines excellence on
They
both
can
sides.
build their own and bring it.
Each month's
Meanwhile,
issue is filled
you know,
with
well,
our
no,
unique
they have a
Southern
bakery
Alabama
that makes
culture,
sure that
beautifully
that's
captured and told through engaging articles
Okay.
and stunning photography. When you
So
subscribe to
chill.
Mobile Bay Magazine, you'll be swept into the pages where recipes, familiar places and faces, and untold stories abound. Start your journey today by visiting
With their wonderful phone and
mobilebaymag.com.
fun.
That's mobilebaymag.com.
Selection of handguns, long guns, accessories, and gear. That's what you'll find at Sabretooth Arms of Mobile, a local veteran-owned firearms store close to downtown, on Government Street, and online at sabertootharms.com. 12 months same as cash. Sabretooth Arms.
Hey, it's my buddy Hal Hayes from Ultra Wash. What's up?
What's up is our new drone.
This is cool stuff. Tell me more about it.
The new drone will help us bring the sparkle back to properties and maybe get it done a little faster.
But you still do pressure washing and soft washing for homes and businesses too, right?
Definitely, but we can do multi-story structures, rooftops, and hard to access
Well,
areas,
Notre Dame
and we
was
can do it from the ground.
An Ultra Wash drones. Congratulations, Hal. Remind everybody how to get in touch with you.
You can call me at 366-5291. And don't forget, it's not just a wash, it's an Ultra Wash.
That's all.
Tune in to Retire on Your Radio.
Only took y'all 4 weeks.
Let's make sure that no matter how old and wise you grow in life, you don't grow old and broke. Paul is the president and chief wealth advisor with Roberts Wealth Management. These are some of the largest life-changing decisions you'll ever make in your lifetime. I want to make as many memories from 62 to 82 as I can. Tune in to Retire on Radio with Paul Roberts, Saturdays at 3 p.m. right here on FM Talk 1065.
Hey, brother, saw you call.
John,
Everybody
I
made
need
that
my ideas
entire
during the
schedule.
war.
So it's clearly doable.
I'm on my way.
Thanks, man.
If you are a veteran
And
struggling with depression,
hopefully
anxiety,
state
or need someone to
legislature
talk to, call
pressure on the University of Alabama about
800-273-8255. Press 1. It's private and
That is-
free,
I
24/7.
think-
Call 800-273-8255
Politics
or visit vetsforhope.com.
Keep in mind.
Sponsored by the
governor
Partners
state
in Alabama's
is
Challenge and the
president
Alabama
of the
Broadcasters
university.
Association.
Get your day started with Dan Brennan and Dalton Orwick on Mobile Morning.
Behind the curtain, retail stores across Alabama had a record.
Featuring Dr. Bill's
Politics.
forecast.
Friday.
Traffic with haze. The latest in sports.
Sports report.
And 3 big things you need to know.
Get your brain started right now with 3 big things you need to know.
The newest and hottest morning show on the Gulf Coast. Mobile Mornings with Dan Brennan and Dalton Orwick at 6 on FM Talk 1065.
Mike Bailey, Stuart Reb Donald, devoted to the complete gastronomic experience.
I want a big butter and egg man.
Mike and Stu on FM Talk 1065.
Okay. I'm sorry, folks. Thought we had a caller. Anyway.
You meant Mississippi State against Arizona week before last. Yesterday, they smoked Alcorn State 63-0. That was that was
right.
8 days ago,
That's
Mike. The game that you're
That's
remembering as being last night
That's
was 8 days ago.
That's right. So anyway.
All right. I got a quick question.
Yeah.
You didn't take any rides in the DeLorean with a crazy old dude, did you? You just tried, and he brought you back to the wrong week.
Did you see? I saw Christopher Lloyd went and visited the old DeLorean site.
Oh,
where it's in Scotland, I believe, with the factory.
Oh,
Ireland, Scotland.
And
there was
John DeLorean was American,
right? But they built them over there, and he was kind of. There was a photo of him standing in like a bunch of the motor parts out in a field, like this thing's like abandoned or something. That's a shame. Those are pretty cool cars. They really were a pretty cool car and stainless steel. And I see one over there on the causeway every day when I drive by.
Yeah.
It's a little place there. It's got one out there. So it's a cool thing.
Dunmurry, North Ireland.
Dunmurry.
Yeah.
Oh, Northern Ireland, Belfast, or Ulster. That's the name of that region. We got some weighty issues here to discuss. Well, we had a tragedy here this week that you have not talked about nonstop until this very second. Now you can't even remember what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. For those who haven't seen in the news, our good friends at Hall Sausage lost their manufacturing facility to a fire this week. And want prayers and thoughts to go out to them. You know what else you can do? Go buy up all the Hall Sausage you see in the stores.
Yes.
And help them put money in the bank to start the rebuild.
Yes. I want to applaud the coverage that Channel 5, WKRG Channel 5 gave to the Halls, gave to the Hodges, and they were just super great. Best job I've seen in coverage a subject in a long time. WKRG Channel 5, who does the news and weather here for us, partners, did an outstanding job in the coverage. The other stations locally just did not do it. They did not hardly mention it at all. Yeah. And that kind of hurt me and bothered me a little bit. But I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go there. Great job, Channel 5. And just a great job. They really did.
Yeah. So go out there and buy up all the Hall sausage you can. Those Red Hots are good. That andouille sausage is fantastic. I saw our good friend of the show, David Hubble, was doing some experimenting with some Hall sausage, trying to replicate my old Nola mac and cheese.
Yeah.
And
I didn't put it on the foodie sites, but I did cabbage, onions, and Hall's smoked Cajun sausage the other night.
Yeah.
And it was delicious.
Game dish with that.
Huh?
What would be a good game day dish?
Well, I'm gonna tell you what. Week before last, I ate it up at Shotgun Barbecue, and he did this sandwich, and it had pulled pork on top. It had brisket in the middle, and it had Hall's Cajun sausage on the bottom.
Wow.
And I'm gonna tell you, that Cajun sausage popped. It came out, the flavor. And then
it pop out of the bun.
Well, the sausage itself has a good snap on it too when you bite into it. But he'd splice it in half. I made sausage sandwiches the other day, last weekend, with Hall sausage. I just sliced it in half, grilled it, and put it on a bun with some mustard. And that was delicious.
Mustard, mayonnaise, what? You know.
I did mustard. And some mayonnaise.
What is that thing that everybody makes? The funeral sandwiches with the ham and the brown sugar and mustard, and you just bake the whole thing and then pull apart rolls. Bet you take the ham out, you put the Hall's Cajun sausage in there. That would be really good.
All I can think is pinwheels for some reason.
No, it's a thing where you get a pack of dinner pack of rolls, and you just slice them all in half. Then you put cheese and ham, and then you pour brown sugar and butter across the top of it and bake the whole thing. Maybe pineapple. I think maybe there's pineapple.
That sounds good.
Yeah, I knew Mike would get all over this.
Ham and pineapple.
In a sandwich with brown sugar poured on.
Oh wow, I love that already. Yeah, I remember this. But do keep the Hodges in your prayers. Today is even Deborah Hodges' birthday, and I know it's kind of got to be a bittersweet birthday for her, but we wish her a wonderful birthday regardless.
Right.
And we wish them a quick recovery with the business. I'm sure they got the wheels turning and going to be up and running soon. But a lot of people reached out to me. And people reached out to me, and I didn't even know about it at the time, but I jumped on it and found out and sent Deborah a message, and we talked a little bit the other day. But a lot of people are concerned and hope that they get back on their feet real soon.
Right. And there's some other sausage making facilities like here. I wonder if they could be neighborly. Let them rent some time or space, something like that. There's a whole lot of places to make sausage over Alberta, Alabama.
Just a few.
Yeah, where they have the old sausage festival.
Yeah, and that's coming up. So
yeah, we're a couple of weeks away from the prime fall festival season.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have some beer, some Oktoberfest going on, and
seafood fests.
Yeah.
Oof, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I first moved down here in September 88. So they had, Pensacola had 2 different seafood fests, one in, downtown at the park and then one on the beach. Dude, I was like shrimping out my wazoo. That was good eating.
Yeah.
I like a shrimp fest. Then Greek fest, you got that coming up in October.
Yeah, Greek fest.
Oh, I love Greek fest.
You know, somebody made a post of Michael K. Sullivan. He made a post about the Nautilus, which is now Boudreaux's over there in Daphne. I used to deal with Teddy Stevens. We call him Teddy, when they had that. And I mentioned somebody about back when when I got in the wine business, there was over 20 Greek-owned restaurants in Mobile.
Right.
There were. And you had some German restaurants over in Fairhope, and because you got the German Fest, Sausage Festival, in Alberta. That was a German settlement.
Right.
Malbus was Greek settlement.
Right.
And Fairhope, Daphne, mostly Daphne, was an Italian settlement when they came from the old country over here. And we used to have a lot of Greek restaurants, great Greek restaurants. And now we don't have any. And I'll tell you why. Kids didn't want them. Kids did not want to take over them.
Yeah. They wanted to live their own lives.
They wanted to live their own lives, what they should.
Yeah.
Rizza up at Food Pack, he came here to America, couldn't speak English at all, created Food Pack. It's an iconic place up in Spring Hill on the road to go get spices and heroes and all that.
Yeah.
But his kids don't.
Great wine selection.
But I think
beer selection.
I think one of the kids works there. And but he came to America so his kids would have a great opportunity. And they made their choices. He put them through school, put them through college, and then he was fussing at me one day about, they don't want to work here. And I said, that's what America is. You brought them here, and he's I know, and a great family, just a wonderful.
There is something heartbreaking about that, though, is you work so hard as a parent to provide for them freedom, but then there's a selfish part of you that says, I want you to do what I'm doing and show you how hard it was.
Well, look, I'll give you 2 examples. The Gambino's restaurant over in Fairhope. Josh Gambino's, his daughter, I said, you going to school? What are you doing? And what are you going to do? She was 22 at the time. She said, I'm going to take over the restaurant. I want the restaurant.
There you go.
And that's admirable. And because most kids I've seen in the restaurant business, they don't want the restaurant. And that's why they sold
I get it.
Yeah. And I look at a lot of restaurants even today, and their kids are sitting there at a table in a booth in the back doing their homework after they get out of school, and their parents are running the restaurant. That's just what you do. Just what you do. They don't want to be in the restaurant business because they had to live in it growing up.
Well, it's interesting because later on in life, you start your mind changes.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you're going, I kind of appreciate what mom and dad were going through and and then by that time, it's kind of like the guy with Stuckey's. She came back around.
Stephanie, Well,
So,
she didn't even really know it.
Right. And eventually it comes back around.
But Scott Gonzalez at 3 Georges Nut House, his daughter, she's going to be running it now. And that's great. I find that admirable.
Yeah, absolutely. When we come back, we're going to be talking with Ralph McKenzie. We're going to talk about places to eat in and around Norman, Oklahoma.
I don't like juice.
Feel the line?
What's this? This is juice. This is juice.
Leanna said
This WKRG News Update is brought to you by Airways.
We should go.
Good morning, Mr. McKenzie.
Good morning.
How are you, sir?
I'm fine, thanks. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm just the producer here, but I wanted to make sure I got you on here and got you switched into the studio, right? So just give us a moment or so and we'll get you on the air.
Hey, Steve, leave him on a second.
Man.
Hey, Ralph, since my producer is from the Midwest, I got a question. I need you to remind me, why is Oklahoma so windy?
Oh, it's Texas sucks and Kansas blows.
There you go. Thank you. Talk to you in a minute, buddy.
Good to talk to you.
Yeah, I had it all off. So after we get through with him, we'll send me. That's why I don't do that. Because I accidentally hit the wrong button when you're on here.
It's simple. You just pick
We're gonna
whether your
send this
favorite
out to
players will
Leanna.
go higher or lower on stats, like touchdowns, passing yards.
We'll do something like that.
Enter entries right, you can win up to 5,000 times your cash, starting with as little as
Sorry
$1.
about that.
I've been playing on Underdog for over a year now.
Bad
They've got all the games I care
Trying to hit
about.
the right
Alabama,
buttons.
Auburn, South Alabama, they're all there. Once you create an entry, you can watch the stats update live in the app, so you know instantly when you've got a winner. Makes every game more exciting, even the ones you wouldn't normally watch. So download the Underdog app today and sign up with promo code Dalton to score $50 in bonus funds when you play your first $5. That's promo code Dalton, DALTON. Millions of fans have already won billions on Underdog. Will you be next? Must be 19 plus and present in Alabama. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Get terms to play. Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncbgambling.org.
You owe over $10,000 in back taxes. You've called every tax firm out there. They all say the same thing, making promises they never keep, and you're sick of it. What you really need is a new start on your back taxes. If you're faced with garnishments, levies, audits, or years of unfiled tax returns, we'll fight to get you the new start you deserve. Call 1-800-266-1432. Our New Start program will stop collection efforts, remove any liens the IRS has in place, and help you reduce your back taxes by as much as 80%. That's right, 80%. Don't wait until another tax season ends and another year of penalties and interest are added to your balance. If you owe at least $10,000 to the IRS and need a new start on your back taxes, call 1-800-266-1432. That's 1-800-266-1432. Let the professionals at Coast One Financial Group fight to get you the new start you deserve. Again, that's 1-800-266-1432.
Celebrate the great outdoors every Saturday morning at 7 with FM Talk 106.5 Outdoors. Brought to you in part by Blue Water Yacht Sales and Mobile and Orange Beach. Make your boating dreams come true and listen to FM Talk 106.5 Outdoors. For more than a decade, Sip and Chew with Mike and Stu on FM Talk 106.5.
Oh, I got to tell you, Mike is very excited about our guest today because Ralph, my old friend from Hertz, has coached roller derby, and Mike is of an age where he actually loved and lived for roller derby.
I watched it back in the 60s all the time.
He was only 45.
And then I would follow the ladies here, the roller derby leagues we had here, because they're different type of women, and they're kind of nice and sweet, and
Ralph can
not really nice
to it because he's married to one. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great, thanks. Yeah, I did marry a roller derby queen. Yeah, I
Look at you.
I remember meeting with her, thought she was a rock star.
She got a sister?
No, she's the one and only.
How about an aunt or a great aunt in this case?
Hey, buddy, I don't need that much help.
Well, Ralph is my resident expert on everything to do with Oklahoma football. Because of this, man, I've gotten to attend a lot of cool games there. I'm sure Ralph remembers us watching Perkins take 5 punts back for a touchdown in one game.
Oh, man, UCLA.
Yeah, and we went up there when Alabama made their historic first trip up there at the early part of this century, and both of us did not cheer for Alabama. But
that was a hot day too.
Yeah, but Ralph always showed me a lot of great places because he grew up in this area. He lived in Norman, and the main thing was the Tex-Mex food in Oklahoma City, Norman, Moore, that area. It's just phenomenal. So I wanted Ralph to come on for Auburn fans because we travel well, and they need to know where to go, Ralph. So what suggestions do you have for us, man?
Well, first of all, we're just certainly happy to have the Auburn fan base. I know how much you guys love your football, so a kindred spirits in that regard. I'm happy to have you guys traveling here to Norman. But A couple of places that I certainly would recommend as some hometown favorites along the Tex-Mex line is Tara Bahara's. They're a local chain or local restaurant, and they do a really good job of serving some Tex-Mex and fast. So pretty tasty stuff there. Do you want to go down the list or what?
However you want to. First question I need to ask though is Taco Bueno still there?
Yes, Taco Bueno's still here. I think the quality's probably fallen a little off, but hey, when you have a desperate need for a taco fix, they're just as good a place as any as far as fast food's concerned.
Yeah, that salsa bar was incredible.
Yeah, good stuff there.
All right, what else you got for me, man?
So Tex-Mex, this is a little Ted's Escondido. We've got one of these in Norman now. They've always had a hidden spot up in the city, but it's a local restaurant here in Oklahoma City and Norman. So that's a little closer to the interstate. So that'll be easy access. And then, we're talking about some breakfast foods. Although I'm not a breakfast food person, everyone's always raving about Neighborhood Jam. So that's another place in Norman that the locals really, really love. And of course, if you're in the need for a burger, another Norman original is the Garage. So that's right there on East Main Street, kind of close to campus on the east side. Really, really hot local spot.
Yeah. Now I remember us cruising up and down a strip there in Norman for that Alabama game. Is that still a happening area? Has it migrated somewhere else, or has it gotten bigger?
Well, are we talking maybe Campus Corner?
Yeah.
Campus Corner is still hopping and it's hot. And I mean, anyone that walks just a little bit north of campus, right from the stadium, is gonna run into it. And they've got a lot of good stuff there. As a matter of fact, we had a chance to have a couple beers at O'Connell's before one of the games, and they've since demolished that, but then relocated into Campus Corner. So we get some of that old style business pub, Irish pub atmosphere happening now up in that area too. But then you also got a little, I would say, a Tex-Mex with a twist. For all the co-eds, it's Fuzzies. That's normally where my daughter and I will hit right after the game. We try to hustle up there as quick as we can. And again, another Tex-Mex. We got to have our daily dose of taco or queso or
Yeah. As I remember, Ralph can eat rice and beans 3 meals a day, 7 days a week for the rest of his life and never get tired of it.
What else do you need?
I can eat rice. I love rice.
But Mike, you would do red beans. And I remember
on Mondays,
Ralph made red beans and rice at home, and he brought some for a friend and I to try. And he had added taco ground beef to it and cheddar cheese and all this. We're like, this is great chili
on rice.
Yeah, that's accurate.
Yeah, it really was good. You mentioned the burgers. Now, for those who like to throw back a libation, is there a microbrew in the area, or is there probably a bunch of them in the Oklahoma City area?
Well, there's quite a few in Norman. I think the Standard is probably our biggest one that's most popular, and it really seats quite a few. I've been there a couple times this year for various events, but there's a lot of open seating. I think it kind of fits that southern charm too. It's in a big old open space, one of our downtown industrial buildings. So, and then it's got a large outdoor patio area too. But yeah, the Standard is definitely would be one of my recommendations for that.
Yeah, when Ralph and I used to go, there was a great place in Norman called the Vista that had the best chili queso, and I believe it was taken by fire. Is that correct?
Well, initially they had some foundation issues, and I think eventually they did get burned out. Yeah, it was a tough road for the Vista, but best place to go up there and eat and get the best view of Norman. And the nice thing about Oklahoma is that we got a lot of flat land, so that's really gorgeous from up there.
Yeah, Mike, Ralph used to kill me. We'd be driving around here, and I go, "Don't you love all these trees?" And Ralph would go, I want to see out. When I look out, I want to see out. I don't see
the hardest part for me moving down here, dude. I mean, and being from Kansas, it's like, you got all these trees, you got people to hide in these trees. And where I'm from, I see my enemy coming.
Yeah.
Shade.
Sometimes it comes in the form of storm clouds too.
Now, we tailgated at the parking lot of the building where they do all the tornado hunting. What's the name? What is that? Is that NOAA?
Oh, we had the National Weather Center is on the South Campus now.
Right.
But that's Noah's out of there, and quite a few of our other weather researchers.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I work just adjacent to that now. I work at the Advanced Radar Research Lab there on campus.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Well, there used to be a guy on the Weather Channel from I guess school there in Oklahoma, and he was on. I was chasing, doing the tornado chasing. And I knew his fiance.
Uh-oh. Mike, do we need to go down there?
Actually, I know his fiance, or I don't think they ever got married, but her brother. I do know her brother.
Yeah. Ralph was with me the first time I had Texas brisket.
Okay.
And we went to the Oklahoma-Texas game in Dallas, which is at the state fair. And I got to have one of these. And he kept taking me to Tex-Mex places. And I'm like, dude, I need more of that brisket. and that's when we stopped in Longview, where John would send us the seasoning from, the bean seasoning.
Oh, yeah.
That barbecue place there in Texas. And that was a good brisket sandwich. Don't you remember that, Ralph?
I'm thinking it's a Bodacious barbecue.
Yeah, that's the one, Bodacious barbecue.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so Ralph and I have had a lot of good times doing football. He's been to Auburn games. I've been to Oklahoma games. He's been to an Auburn road game.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that last night when I watched Ole Miss play.
Yeah, because we went to the Grove and everything, and then he and I went to a game between Oklahoma State and Southern Mississippi over in Hattiesburg.
Mm-hmm.
So we've done a lot of road games together. It's been a lot of fun, but life took him back to Oklahoma City, and where his family is and everything. And I sure hope things have been going good for you, buddy. I keep up on Facebook what little I can.
Well, thanks. Yeah, I couldn't be blessed more. I'm certainly lucky. I got a total of 5 kids, so all the young ones.
Wow.
Wow. The youngest kids.
Yeah, and I've never said this to you, Ralph, but you are one of the best fathers that I have ever encountered.
He seems to be very blessed.
Yeah,
very blessed, man.
Just the approach that you took with your kids, and and the next time you see Seth, tell him I said, keep your left up.
Will do.
Well, buddy, we're gonna let you get back to your family and your roller derby, and we can't be friends again till next week. You understand?
I understand that's just business. It's not personal.
Right. Exactly.
We'll try to make sure to put the word out that we'll be humbly, we'll try to make sure we're accommodating, but not too accommodating.
Exactly. We want to be friendly, but not too friendly.
Right.
All right. Well, I'm going to give it to you one last time, buddy. Boomer.
Sooner.
All right. Thanks a lot, pal. Yeah.
Where else can you? What other radio station can you get this?
Yeah. To tell you the keep the left up story. First time I visited over Ralph's, he lived in a condo in Lake Forest. And I'm meeting his kids for the first time, and Seth is still in diapers. And Ralph is showing me something on his computer, and Seth comes up and kind of starts boxing with me. Oh, hey, little dude, want a box? And Ralph, like a dutiful father, goes, Seth, keep your left up. And we had a lot of good times together, and I knew he was the guy to call for this Oklahoma, because this is the first time Auburn's ever traveled to Oklahoma City.
Really?
And when Alabama went for the first time, I was at that game with Ralph, and we rode by where the tailgaters for the visiting team are, and his eyes got huge. And I said, what? He goes, the record for the most RVs any school's ever brought on campus is 58 by Nebraska. There were over 200 Alabama RVs out there.
Wow.
And they were just
well,
like,
Alabama travels well.
Right, exactly. They were very impressed by that. And so he knows what to expect when Auburn comes too, because the folks
they travel well too.
Yeah, the folks in Waco were blown away by how many Auburn fans showed up. Their stadium at Waco seats 45,000, about what Ladd Stadium is, and there were probably 15,000 or so Auburn fans.
So the fact there are no trees,
right?
That I guess fall is not a big thing there then, right?
Oh yeah.
Huh?
You sit out and watch the grass change.
Yeah, well, everything's brown all year round anyway. So
it's a dust bowl, right? Now up around Muskogee.
Ooh, look at
Muskogee was really lovely. They call them mountains in Oklahoma. They're hills, but very nice terrain. I liked Muskogee a lot. We ventured out there one time. We also went to the little town that Ralph played football at, which was in the southeast corner, I believe, not near anything. And we went into a convenience store to get something to drink. And I heard the biggest hick accent. And I turned to him and I said, I better never hear anything about our accent again.
251-343-0106 is the call and text in line. When we come back, got a very important birthday I want to mention.
All right.
Just a little bit of would you believe that barbecues yet?
Fruit pod season is almost here, so Capital Tractor has stocked up on new Kubota tractors, side-by-sides, everything you need for opening day. New and used Kubota equipment available. Ask about the cash discounts at Capital Tractor in Mobile or CapitalTractor.com.
For more than 50 years, Mobile Bay Magazine has showcased the history, style, arts, dining, and entertainment that defines excellence on both sides of Mobile Bay. Each month's issue is filled with our unique Southern Alabama culture, beautifully captured and told through engaging articles and fun. When you subscribe to Mobile Bay Magazine, you'll be swept into the pages with recipes, familiar places and faces, and untold stories abound. Start your journey today by visiting MobileBayMag.com. That's MobileBayMag.com.
Deer hunters save on clean deer corn when you buy in bulk from Simmons Farm in Castleberry. $7 for a 50-pound bag and $40 for a barrel. Great corn at great prices at Simmons Farm in Castleberry, just 14 miles east of I-65. Call Houston at 251-363-7701.
We didn't know what to expect. We just left in a hotel.
My mom was doing drugs in the house.
Tay and Brianna spent years of their childhood in homes that weren't safe. They were placed in foster care and longed for a permanent, loving home.
I didn't know what my future was.
I wouldn't speak to anyone. I was afraid of everything.
With help from the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption, Brianna and Tay were adopted and now feel excited about their futures.
I'm studying to be a chef, and I really want to travel the world.
I'm going to be a mechanic, and I can focus on my career.
Right now, in the United States, there are more than 100,000 children in foster care, just like Brianna and Tay, who need a family now. Learn how you can help at davethomasfoundation.org.
Advertising. It's how you encourage people to buy your products, services, or ideas. Imagine being handed a microphone to speak in front of a stadium of 30,000 people. What would you say about your business? FM Talk 1065 can put you in front of that audience. This is Celeste Holland. Together, we can create an effective advertising campaign. Our listeners are eager for information. Trust our station and prefer to patronize local businesses like yours. Call me at 445-7249 and let's talk about how FM Talk 1065 can help increase your business.
College football is here, the NFL is going, and we are ready to talk all about it, which is exactly what we'll do each and every Saturday morning, beginning at 10 a.m. for Southern Fairway Sports Radio Show, presented by McCall Automotive. No shenanigans and hassle-free buying. Also presented by All Weather Roofing, the number one roofing company in Mobile and Baldwin counties. Hi, everyone. This is Randy Burger.
So don't be trying driving on the road and that's where we're going. He's like,
beginning at 10 a.m. for Southern Fairway Sports Radio Show right here on FM Talk 1065.
They are the dynamic duo of dining. Sip and chew with Mike and Stu. Call 343-0106. Now back to Mike and Stu.
All righty. Well, before we went on break, I mentioned earlier we mentioned about Russo's restaurant. One of the many favorite restaurants. Well, yesterday was Xenia Russo's, the matriarch, the mama of Russo's restaurant, her 100th birthday. Woo! They celebrated yesterday. Wow. 100 years old. And I listened to her interview, and I remember Miss Russo when I was calling on them at the restaurant 40 years ago until 4 years ago. Known the family for a long time. Wonderful family. Georgia, John, Miss Russo. They're just great people. And they've had a lot of people work for them over the years. And so they got a lot of people to love them. But Xenia Russo, happy birthday. And she was so sharp in her interview. And I mean, she could probably live another 100. She's so sharp. She really is. Great wit about her, just fun, and just wow, just hard to believe, but that's great. Just and you know, to have the kids that she did. John was a big influence on me about supporting local. He taught me what supporting local means when I called on him. And we mentioned Deborah Hodges, her birthday already. Johnny Fisher's was yesterday.
Saw that.
Yeah, he's president of Lulu's, all the Lulus now.
Ah.
Over all them, I believe. Then our buddy Rudy Rudolph, his birthday is today, I believe. And then Tuesday is Lucy Greer, Cherry-a-Goddess. That's hard to say.
Cherry-a-Goddess.
I was listening to her say it on TV. I thought it said Cherry-a-Goddess. Anyway, it's Lucy Greer's birthday on Tuesday. So these are all people we know, and wish them a very happy birthday. And
it's like I thought I might have had one other one, but
you may know more. But today is actually
without saying
it. Rose Tequila Day. I never knew there was a rose tequila.
Well, Michael, we must do some research.
Okay,
I think we owe it to the listeners, don't you?
I think we do. Market research. But today is also Cream Filled Donut Day.
Oh, I'm down for market research on that too.
And it's also Eat a Hoagie Day. I'm not a big hoagie fan. I don't like hoagie bread. It's too dense, too heavy.
You're childish.
I don't know. I like French bread, like Gambino or the other ones.
Now you got me curious. What's the difference between a hoagie?
Hoagie's just real thick and dense. The crust. The crust on the outside.
It's crispy and then light on the inside.
I like baguette bread.
It's a baguette.
But that's crusty, not crispy there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And thick in the middle, and you put that butter in it, just suck it right up. Oh yeah.
I love baguettes. And
you ever had Irish soda bread before?
I don't think so.
It is incredibly dense, almost impossible to chew. But what you do is you put it in your Guinness and lamb stew and let it start soaking up the broth. Oh my gosh. But yeah, it's a lot of baking soda. That's why it's called soda bread.
Oh.
And that's your leavening agent instead of yeast.
Okay.
And it is almost like SeaTac unless you soak it in something.
Wow.
It's really dense. But once I dropped it into that lamb and Guinness stew and it started absorbing the broth, I went, oh, I totally get this now.
So I have a question. It just kind of triggers when you talk about thickness. What's the best bread for bread pudding?
French bread is what is commonly used. Honestly, donuts.
Really?
Yeah. Paula Deen has a recipe for Krispy Kreme donut pudding. So it is fire. The cake donuts do better because they will absorb all that, but
what's the traditional bread?
But here's the thing. There is no traditional bread.
Okay.
Bread pudding was invented to use up day-old bread. Didn't matter what kind it was. Now, naturally, you wouldn't want rye because the caraway seed would not be very good.
No, it's an egg bread.
Yeah, it's
like French toast kind of thing, isn't it? When you soak it up.
Yeah, and that's what you're doing is the bread is day old. Stale bread doesn't mean it's bad. It means that it is dried and it's no longer fluffy.
I got you.
Well, it absorbs liquid wonderfully, so you use that bread to make dressing and bread pudding.
One of my favorites, and I got it Wednesday night at Callahan's when I left Callahan's.
I'm guessing it's Callahan's?
It's Callahan's bread pudding. You can feed 4 people with it.
Man.
And I took it home. And I got smoked tuna dip, but took it home. It was delicious. But I had to go listen. I had to
Moral imperative.
Get some Phil and Foster.
Yeah.
And Jose Santiago. Had to go listen to them and socialize a little bit with my old friends I hadn't seen in almost a year.
Yeah.
I swear.
Because you're a suburbanite now.
But bread pudding. That bread pudding off the chart. It's one of the best in Mobile.
Yeah. But true bread pudding, traditional, like you're saying, is whatever bread you had left over from yesterday.
And then the sauce is made of rum?
Traditionally, the hard sauce from New Orleans is made with whiskey.
Okay.
Bourbon. Maker's Mark to me makes the best one. But Captain Morgan Spice Rum, which is what Wenzel's uses on theirs.
Raisins?
I'm fine with raisins. A lot of people are not, so I just tend to leave them out because people complain.
I'm not a big raisin fan on that.
Well,
First time I ever had it. Oh man, I was like,
yeah,
oh,
I enjoy it. And some people will put the raisins in the hard sauce.
Okay.
Like rum raisin.
Yeah.
Hard sauce. I used to do a fried bread pudding at Lucky.
Fried.
Where we would wrap the pan with cellophane first, the restaurant style that can go in an oven, then foil, and it's steamed in the pan instead of baking. Then we would cool it and cut it into cubes, and it's very soft like this, and freeze it. And when you ordered it, we would throw it in the fryer, and basically what you get is like a churro texture.
Oh.
And then we did ours with just I think it was like white vanilla sauce or caramel and sea salt.
See, that's what I was wondering, because there was a caramel taste to that, and it's kind of a brown.
That's what a hard sauce is. It's caramel with alcohol added to
okay.
it. Yeah, it's just butter, sugar, and alcohol.
That's what I was looking for. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So it is a caramel, but a hard sauce is a caramel sauce with whiskey added to it.
I'm tempted to make some. See how it comes out.
Or like I say, Captain Morgan Spice Rum is terrific too.
Yeah. You were talking about brisket earlier.
Oh yeah.
I'm a big fan of brisket. The other day I ate at the Fairhope Smoke Shack in downtown Fairhope, and they close at 2:00. They're usually out of everything by then.
I like that.
Meat candy. Burn-in pork belly. That's what he had. And I got that. That stuff was crack. Remember how I talked about that ice cream at
the dessert that's at Bicycle Club?
At the bicycle shop?
Yeah.
This stuff, I could go back and eat this every day. It would be.
But you would die.
I would probably die.
Yeah.
But it would be a good slow
death.
It would be a good slow death. Kind of like being married.
Yeah.
Good slow death. Or just a slow death. But this would be good. Sorry, folks. I'm just kidding.
Ran into an old football buddy and I remarked he'd lost weight, and he goes, "Yeah, divorce will do that to you." I said, "You know what my secret is to avoiding divorce? Don't get married."
There you go. Hey, let's do a boo for Leanna. Boo for Leanna. That's for Leanna. Oh, and what else?
Provolone.
Provolone. Ooh, provolone.
So long.